Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash. Yahweh be the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai be the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Now I want to make this video about the Illuminati because you got this concept of the Illuminati that came out real strong around about 2009, and the internet was jumping off around about 2007 with the Israelites also exposing the Illuminati. And so I ran into the Illuminati around about 2009, and I didn't really hear it from the Israelites. I was hearing it from the rappers and the other people on the internet exposing the Illuminati. And the whole concept was that these people that was in the music industry, they was selling their soul to the devil. And it was coming into a realization that it wasn't just that these individuals were selling their soul to a spiritual devil. See, it was that they were selling their soul to a physical, breathing devil. See, a flesh and blood breathing devil. They had families. See, they had 13 bloodlines. And these bloodlines was blood, flesh and blood. See, because you had people in the so-called Christian church pushing this. It's a kingdom of demons under the ground. It's a kingdom of demons, pretty much of demons disobeying the Lord and at war with the Lord and His people. It's a major war going on between the righteous angels and the demonic wicked angel. See, this is the agenda that they was pushing, and they was using that Ephesians 6 and 12. But this is not what is going on. See, the scriptures tell you that the Lord is in control of all spirits. What's that? Psalms 103, 20. And he says that the angels keep the Lord's commandments, meaning the spirits that the Lord create, He controls these spirits. Then, when you go into the Apocrypha, it tells you that the Lord created spirits for vengeance. See, He created spirits to place vengeance on people. So these spirits that's possessing people and getting them to do certain things and doing certain things to them, see, it's because that's a spirit of vengeance. That's a spirit that's obeying the Most High and placing vengeance on these people. You also had an account in 2 Kings that talked about it. Let's find that, and then I'll go into some of these artists that was bringing out the facts about these Illuminati peoples. Now, it might be 1 Kings because this thing was like a 22-22 situation. 1 Kings 22. Okay, there we go. Now, you got people that they come out, they got a philosophy or a reasoning that is the right side is a good side and the left side is a bad side. You know, like the Lord say, don't go to the right or to the left. Or when they say do the right thing, then you got a right politics and a left politics. When you're talking about politics, they say the left does this and the right wingers and the left wingers, the liberals, see they have a philosophy of a left side is the bad side and the right side is the good side. But technically this scripture is not talking about that. It's just saying that the Lord have angels on the right side and the left side. Meaning he got angels all around him. Look at verse 19. It's saying, he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne and all the hosts of heaven standing by him, on his right side and on his left. See, angels all over, all around. And the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said, on this manner, and another said, on that matter. See, he didn't say the left said, the left angel, one of the angels from the left side said on this matter. See, it didn't say that. So people running with that. If any man speak, let him speak as an oracle of God. See, it says what? To the law and to the testimony. See, the law and the testimony is not saying a left side angel came and said on this matter, and said on, and another from on the left side said on that matter. See, it didn't say that. And you is lying saying that it did say that. It says one and another. And verse 21, it says, and there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. See, just a spirit. Just one of the angels. One of the right-hand angel or left-hand angel. It was just one of the spirits. And what kind of spirit does he cause to do these type of things? See, that's the whole point. He calls spirits of vengeance to do things to wicked individuals. He don't get righteous angels. Not that he don't say it's a righteous angel or a wicked angel that was going what you call it come forth. He didn't describe what kind of angel this spirit this was. Now when he gave, just like when he gave Saul that so-called wicked or evil, he called it the evil angel, evil spirit. Now that word evil do not go for wicked. Wicked and evil is two different things. Evil is when you break the word down, it means bad time. And so he was bringing a spirit of vengeance. He put a spirit of vengeance on Saul because Saul disobeyed him. He didn't kill the Edomites when he told him to. So anyway, verse 21, it says, and there came forth the spirit and stood before the Lord. Did he stand on the left side or the right side? It don't say it. It say the spirit stood before the Lord, because the verse 19 say, it don't say they was standing, hold on. Verse 19 say they was standing on the right hand and on the left hand. Now, verse 21 said it came forth the spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. So he didn't say, I see if in that verse it would say, oh, the spirit stood up on the left-hand side and said, then you can go with it. But it don't say that. Verse 22, it said, and the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also, and prevail also. You shall persuade him and prevail also Go forth and do so. Now, therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these your prophets, and the Lord hath spoken evil concerning you. Okay, so this is what the Lord did. He put a lying spirit on them. Now let me go get that in the Apocrypha, and then we're gonna go talk about some of these rappers and entertain them. So this concept is not hard to understand. It said there'll be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of their destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. See, and that lion is one of those. That lion spirit is what he was doing to that man. He put a lying spirit on him, an evil spirit, just like he did to King Saul. He did that to this person in First Kings. Now I got another verse, Proverbs 17 and 11. My favorite verse is saying, the evil man seeketh only rebellion. See, an evil man, not an evil angel. An evil angel do not rebel against God. See, an evil man seeketh rebellion, like King Saul and like that person in First King. It says, therefore a cruel messenger shall be sent against him. See, a cruel messenger is a messenger from the Lord. See, the Lord is telling him to go do something, and he gonna be cruel when he do it. He gonna tell you a lie, because that him going to tell a lie. Let's go ahead and get that real quick. Him telling that lie is like, here go verse 28. It say, a lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it. See, so he was sending a hateful spirit to this man's prophets. And so we're not gonna dwell on that thing for too much, because it's a simple operation. And the war is against flesh and blood. That's the whole thing. Now, when you go into these rappers, they looking at it as the Christians looking at it. And a lot of these Israelites are doing the same thing. They looking at it as the Christians. Now, the Bible don't say an angel was tempting Yahweh. See? It don't say that. It says, then was Yahweh led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. Now, when the Spirit leads you somewhere, that is not saying it's a spirit. It said the Spirit. When it say the Spirit, that's a whole nother situation. Now, mind you, the deceiver and the deceived and the deceiver are his. See, they all work for the Most High. And when you go into let's get it right quick, because I don't want to do too much. Salaki, wrong button. I don't want to say these things and then don't prove them. Second, Ecclesiasticus, the second chapter say, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Because you're going to have temptation, man. And the Lord chastised those that he loved. That's in Hebrews 12. See, he chastised and chastened his son that he loved. So he do still put his children that he loved through some things. And if you want to call that a temptation, you can call it a temptation. But he put them through some things. He chastised them. Let's go ahead and get that, because this is another major issue. Another major issue that people think when the Lord is for them, everything good is going to come from the Lord when you righteous. Just like with Job, they keep throwing that Job out there. Now, the scripture don't say that was an angel either. It says Satan. Satan is not an angel. See, that means adversary. See, when you want to hop on words, let's hop on words now. That word means adversary. Does not mean a freaking angel. And it said he was in the presence. Everywhere is the presence of the Lord. See, everywhere is in the presence of the Lord, because the Lord's eyes is as a thousand times brighter than the sun, something thousand times brighter than the sun, something like that. His eyes is everywhere. So everywhere is the presence of the Lord. And his angels is everywhere. So there's no specific place that you gonna go that you forgot to meet the Lord, unless he say you standing by the throne, like in First Kings. He didn't say there was that by the throne, and he had you brought him up to him like they was by the throne, and he had a council with him. He could counsel angels on the earth. But anyway, it says, verse 5, and ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and scourge every son whom he received. So just because he's scourging you, see, because what does the Ecclesiasticus 39:28 say? That these spirits of vengeance lay on sore strokes, and they even scourge people. So the Lord is scourging even the sons that he loved. So yes, it's the Lord doing it, man. It's not when people say demon, they go to automatically acting like this just the worst thing in the world. It's the worst thing for a wicked person. See, but when it comes to a righteous person, when it comes to the son that the Lord loveth, it's for correction, it's for chastising, it's for a good purpose. See, it's a good purpose that the Lord is doing that. So you can start to recognize the Lord, just like those dreams in second Ezra, either Ezra's in or the Ecclesiasticus. It talks about the dream takes away something messing with you in your dream, take away your pride. See, because when you sleep, you ain't got no power at that point in time, and the Lord, it's all up to the Lord at that time. So you ain't gonna be so proudful when you sleep, and them spirits start to mess with your behind. See, and this is what people don't push this, and they don't pretty much break this down, that the Lord deals with his children in mysterious ways to those who don't know the scriptures. See, but he tells us how he deals with us, and he ain't gonna give us every little detail, but he gives us a good idea, because he tells us he gonna whoop our behind, man, and he gonna scourge us and chasten us, and he gonna have to use spirits to do it. See, they do his commandments, and they do what he want them to do. They're not running around doing what they want to do, and he got to come save us and rescue us. It's just like when they keep talking about this Satan gonna sift us. See, Satan ain't doing the sifting. That's just like to say the white man gonna come to you with a deal and make you join the Illuminati. See, he gonna want you to join that Illuminati, and he gonna come to you with this deal. See, that ain't no Illuminati, man. That's the Most High seeing what you gonna do. See, he's seeing what is you gonna do. Is you running your mouth? See, or is you the real deal? Because that's is what this sea here, this grain of rice, this yoke that the so-called white man is trying to push on everybody. See, this hour of temptation, this is what the Lord is talking about, man. He chastening the children that he loved, and see, is you just running your mouth? See, and if he did it to Yahushua, see, this is and Yahushua is the leader and the finisher of our faith. We following his example and his footsteps. So we trying to see how the Lord is dealing. He dealt with it with Yahushua. See, it wasn't no angel coming to test Yahushua. And that temptation is a test. Let's keep it real. It's a test. He gave him a test. I'm gonna offer you this alternative situation. See, you can rule with the so-called white man and the darn what you call it. You can rule with the white man and these wicked peoples. See, you can rule in their period of time. You ain't got to wait to the righteous rulership. You can rule with the wicked. And so this is what the scriptures is talking about. But you ain't finna find. Now let's go ahead and give him let's give him some leeway on him and be open-minded. Now the Lord control the so-called white man, and he control all spirits. See, and the main point is that this is the test is not coming from these the white man is not coming from no spirit, even though he might be using the so-called white man. He might be using a spirit. So the Lord could have manifest a white man to come tempt Yahweh. He could have manifest an angel, because what did the scripture say? Men have entertained angels and didn't even know it. So he could have brought just a person up to Yahweh and gave him this temptation. Or he can use a literal Caesar or a literal governor over the Edomites to come tempt Yahweh, because he just said a tempter and a devil. It didn't say a spirit. It didn't say an angel. So how is people trying to push that crap on the situation? Because we dealing with words, and this does not say that. Then when it say verse 5, it say the devil take him up into the holy city. He didn't take him up in the sky. He didn't take him to Pluto or Jupiter. He set him on the pinnacle of the temple. They went in the city and was on the temple, on the top of the temple. See, a man can take you over there. See, they can, anybody can lead you over here. This ain't nothing that, and it could have took time. It didn't say he, in a split second, in a blink of an eye. See, he took him over here to this deserted place. He took him in he was in Jerusalem on top of the temple, man. The Romans walking around all day. Herod done took over the city. The Edomites done took over the whole place. Y'all, you in slavery, man. That's a lot saying that he took him, they put him on top of the slave master's house. Because he done took over the house. He done took over the situation. It don't matter that the Israelites used to own it. No, the Romans came and now they own it. Now they taking the thing over. Now they dictating what's going on. Because that's why the chief elder said, well, if we start following this Yahweh, the Edomites gonna come and take our nation away. Meaning it's gonna take our power that they gave us and told us that we have if we rule over these people in the way that they want to rule it. Just like with the 501c3. See, the so-called white man let these so-called black churches and these Israelites, if they got a 501c3, do what they want to do until it's a problem with him. And then he will come and address the situation. He either send the FBI, the CIA, or any somebody and go to talking to them and telling them, well, hold on, wait a minute. You're doing something wrong. You're pushing it to the limit. See, if you want that 501c3 break, You're going to have to start switching up some things and doing some other stuff. And this is what it's all about, man. Then it say, look at verse 8, it say, and the devil took him up into a exceeding high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory. So when he took him on this exceeding high mountain, people can climb a mountain. See, or to give him a benefit of the doubt, the Lord sent one of his angels, see, to be a tempting spirit. Now, when you go into, let's see here. I want Luke. Let's get to Luke because Luke says a specific thing in Luke 4. Luke 4 and 6, he says, and the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and glory of them, for that is delivered unto me. See, the Most High is delivering these things and pushing this thing. This is not some wicked angel that's running his mouth outside of what the Lord done told him. See, the Lord delivered this spirit or this so-called white man to tell him to tempt Yahushua. See, he said, and to whosoever I will, I'll give it. So he gave this to the so-called white man or to a spirit, and I'm leaning on the so-called white man. See, but if it was a spirit that the Lord sent, see, to tempt Yahushua, that's what it is. Now we know that we gonna be tempted by the so-called white man. He not sending no spirit to us, see, and that's why I'm leaning on the side of a man, because we finna be tempted by a man, not no freaking angel. Verse 10, it say, fear none of the things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. See, you may be tested. He gonna send a man to throw our behind in prison and test us. See, let's get 3 and 10 and say, because thou hast kept thy word of my patience, I will also keep you from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them. See, to test these people that dwell upon the earth. So the Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai is going to test all the world. And he mainly going to test the sons that he loveth. See, that's why you coming with that charagma, you coming with that grain of rice, you coming with that sea hill. See, you coming with that device that you gonna try to turn people into a cyborg and get total control over these people. You got a yoke that you finna try to put on people. According to Revelation 6, the pair of balances. See, you got that in your hand, because the Most High giving you that in your hand so you can be a temptation to or a test to these elect. See, this is who the test is really focused on. They the one gonna be given that mark of exemption. What Ezekiel chapter 9. Now I want to get that elect in Matthew 24. Matthew 24, it says 21, and then shall there be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world, to the time no nor ever shall be. Verse 22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So the elect is going to be tried unto death. And this is really what the focus is all about. Look at 24. It says, for there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. See, they gonna come so strong that it's gonna be able to test the elect, but the elect is gonna pass the test. See, like on Norbert with Rasputin, she say, "Take the test, take the test." See, they gonna have to take that test. See, the Most High ain't got to tell them to take the test. He gonna force them to take the test because that's how powerful this great tribulation is gonna be. And that Korah see hip grand arise, MO to the T to the B is gonna be the situation. And they already pushing it, and they already got the digital currency, and they already got the cameras, the infrastructure. They got everything waiting and ready. And any day they can make a smooth transition. They got the syringes in the banks. They got the banks on every corner. They can make it happen. They can line you up right up in that bank. Take your behind to the bank and put that thing up in you. That thing. And so that's what these rappers really was making clear. That this is not no spiritual situation. See, that y'all thinking, oh, he sold his soul to the devil. The devil took his soul and went to hell with it and said, when you die, you're going to have to come down here. See, you're going to come down here and you ain't going to be able to go to heaven. You're going to have to come down here in hell with me because you wanted to be rich with the so-called white man in this age of the world. See, the next age, you ain't gonna go to heaven, you're gonna go to hell because you sold your soul to me. See, this is the crap the Christians coming with, and it's a bold-faced lie. It's talking about these Illuminati, 13 bloodlines of the Illuminati, flesh and blood white men, see, who got power over the record companies and over the world. See, you look at the economic forum, I forgot the whole World Economic Forum, WEF. All of those people are elitists. They are people with power over industries and over governments. They all meeting together and coming up with an agenda. They met together in Davos, or however they said, DAVOS or something like that, in Switzerland, and they come up with a plan. And their plan is to put that thing in your forehead or in your hand. That's what it's all about. And it's coming from the Lord, see. But he set the so-called white man up. And I'm going to end it with that. 17:13. He said, and the Lord disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. See, the nation of Edom, the so-called white man. 14, from men which are your hand, see, O Lord, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life. See, they the kings and the governors and the chief captains, and whose bellies thou fillest with your hid treasure. They are full of children, they leave the rest of their substance to their babes. This is who is the Lord is using as a sword to the 2/3 mainly, and as a temptation to the 1/3 that's gonna pass the test. But I'm gonna leave it there. Oh, Salakia, real quick, I'm gonna run down these entertainers. Jay-Z straight up talking about the devils. See, they the Illuminati. They got a hit. They want my mind and my body. See, secret society. See, that Illuminati is a secret society. They also have levels of secret societies, and they have many secret societies. The Masons, the Freemasons, is another big part of their secret society. Now, when you got Prodigy, he come out strong on Illuminati, and he wound up being taken out after that. Then you had Snoop Dogg coming out and around about 93, 94, talking about the devil. He sold his soul to the devil and got rich. And he showed you it was the so-called white man. He didn't put no spirit up on there. Now the man was transforming and stuff, but he showed you who he was talking about, the so-called white man. He had a murder case, and then he sold his soul to the white man, and they kept his behind out of prison. Master P had the same song situation while he's standing in the church talking about he sold his soul to the devil. See, and he talking about this freaking white man. Then you had who else I had on there? Tupac. See, Tupac came out with the Kill the Illuminati. We went to looking up the word and found out this is a real secret group of flesh and blood men who are the rulers of the world. See, that Ephesians 6 is so powerful because it's telling you what flesh and blood, what it was about. See, and it really was saying it ain't about a random flesh and blood. It's about a specific group of flesh and blood. The rulers of this world. See, the principalities, the kings. See, the what else it said? The rulers, the kings, the powers, the people that got power. Not a raggedy person, a raggedy Edomite sitting at the 7-Eleven with a book bag and a bicycle, and he's homeless sleeping in a tent. He ain't got no power. This thing is about the flesh and blood rulers, the flesh and blood, because we can't beat them. They got the power. So how we got to fight them? Spiritually. We got to fight them with the word of God. That's the only way we can fight these people because they got power. They got military and government and weapons that we can't fight against physically. We got to fight against these governments spiritually. See, with information. Because the word, with words, we got to fight with them with words. Because we can't fight with them with our body. We going to lose that fight. They going to kick our behind. Can't see the can't see. This is what Paul was talking about. He wasn't talking about we fighting against the angels. The angels, we got to fight spiritually because the angels fighting us spiritually. No, it's a lie. And this is what these rappers pretty much was making clear. This fight is with a specific group of people, man. 13 bloodlines. What's the guy in the Kate Public Enemy, Professor Griff. He brought the book out. 13 bloodlines of the Illuminati. These jokers got specific families, the Rothschild, the Rockefellers, all kind of darn families. They even got the Queen Elizabeth over there. Them jokers got an organization called the Dukes of something. So they even calling themselves Edomites and ruling. But I'm gonna leave it there. It's just their situation is too powerful, man. All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem and Kakadash. Double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, descendants of slaves scattered around the globe on slave ships and through many captivities. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.